It was a close call for customers at a Cynthiana barbershop as an SUV crashed inside.
How firefighters say a man managed to call for help after becoming pinned underneath a car with only a toddler nearby. How police hope a new law in Kentucky will help them keep suspected heroin dealers in jail.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening. An SUV ended up inside a Harrison County barbershop today, and the owner says this unusual crash could keep his business closed for days. And tonight we've obtained this surveillance video. Look at this, showing the SUV going right into the Custom Cuts barbershop on Oddville Pike in Cynthiana. Our Sam Smith talked to the owner, who says this crash was a very close call. It's our top story at 11.
Yeah, you can see it. She knocked stuff halfway across the room. She drilled it pretty good.
Fortunately, no one was hurt, especially considering there were customers inside. The crash was caught on tape, and you can see a mother and her kids leave the shop. And then 2 minutes later, the SUV crashes through the wall, right where they were walking.
It's like slow motion. You hit the building, the brick and everything, pictures and everything just flew off the wall.
Witnesses say the driver was coming down this road and that she ran the stop sign, avoided hitting a passing car, and then slammed into the front of this building.
Doing a haircut right here in the chair when she drove through.
Jerry Adams owns the barbershop. Adams and other witnesses say that the woman was shaken up after the crash, but she's okay. She says her brakes weren't working.
You see, this is right here, that's all the ceiling.
Firefighters have secured the building for now. Adams says his insurance company will inspect the damage and determine if the building is safe long term.
The structure don't bother me, as long as nobody's got hurt, just luckily. We thank God nobody was hurt.
In Cynthiana, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Oh, they were lucky there. Adams says the building is about 60 years old, and it was a gas station back in the 1950s. He's owned it for 13 years. New tonight, a man had to be airlifted to the hospital after becoming pinned underneath a car in Scott County. It happened this afternoon outside the man's home on Luke Road near Double Culvert Road. The Scott County Fire Department says the man was working underneath the car when it somehow came off a stand and ended up on his chest. Firefighters say the man used a phone in his pocket to call 911. They used hydraulic tools to lift the car off of him. Firefighters say he was conscious and talking to them the whole time, but his condition is not known tonight. They also say a 2-year-old child was standing near the man at the time. New tonight, friends are remembering a state police trooper killed in the line of duty in western Kentucky. Police say that 31-year-old trooper Joseph Cameron Ponder was shot late last night along Interstate 24 in Lyon County. Police say that he had pulled over 25-year-old Joseph Johnson Shanks for a traffic stop, but Johnson Shanks then drove off. A short time later, as Trooper Ponder followed, police say Johnson Shanks fired several shots into the police cruiser, hitting the trooper. Police later tracked down Johnson Shanks. They say they shot and killed him when he refused to put down his gun. Trooper Ponder was from Hardin County. He was a football and track star at North Hardin High School. His track coach says Trooper Ponder came back to the school last month to talk to the kids about the importance of working hard.
Again, I'm devastated. Words are hard to come by right now. He's just a wonderful person, and you keep thinking the last moments of his life.
His coach says that Trooper Ponder had a track scholarship to Western Kentucky University, but decided to join the Navy instead. After spending time as a Navy diver, he joined Kentucky State Police and had just graduated from the KSP Training Academy back in January. His funeral will be Friday morning at 11 at Severance Valley Baptist Church in Elizabethtown. Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis went back to work today for the first time since being released from jail. Davis spent 5 days in jail on a judge's contempt of court order for refusing to issue marriage licenses, citing her religious beliefs. This morning, Davis addressed the media outside, saying she would not authorize her deputy clerks to issue marriage licenses, but she said she would not interfere with the ones who followed the judge's order to issue them. Davis called her decision an impossible choice.
My conscience or my freedom. My conscience or my ability to serve the people that I love.
A same-sex couple did receive a marriage license in Rowan County today. Davis's attorneys say that she removed the name, title, and authority from the existing licenses and added language saying they were issued because of a federal court order. She claims the licenses may not be valid, but the governor, the Kentucky Attorney General, and the Rowan County Attorney all say they are valid. We saw a lot of sunshine to begin the new work week, and it looks like the nice weather will stick around at least for most of the week. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell has an early look at a pretty nice forecast, Jim.
Overall, it really is, because it's where we should be for this time of year, which is right there on the warm side. Not the hot side, not the cool side, right there in the middle. Our daily breakdown as we look here to the future. We're shaking the chill off. We shake it off during the day tomorrow. We did it today as well. The mild temperatures will be with us all week long, so it takes us back to more of an average week during this part of September. It's the final full week of summer. Keep that in mind as well. Look at some of those temperatures out there already tonight, showing up in the mid-50s, upper 50s, and even a few locations still in the low 60s. I think out in eastern Kentucky they might be a little quicker to cool later on tonight. Likely seeing some more 40s filter in, and we'll end up in the low 50s here in central Kentucky. Let's plan your Tuesday. As we look out there, that's basically the same sky we had today. Tomorrow, we max out probably right around 79 degrees. A few of you might actually get into the low 80s. Very pleasant from the beginning of the day, because you'll have just enough chill to make you think about fall, to the afternoon and evening tomorrow as well. Just a really good looking forecast. And we will break it down a little bit further coming up for you in just a few minutes.
Earlier this year, the Kentucky legislature passed a new law designed to crack down on the state's heroin problem. The law gives police the option of adding a tougher charge for heroin suspects, and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office is among the first in the state to use that new law. New at 11, Monique Blair joins us from the live desk to explain how the new law is working. Monique?
Well, Sam, it's all part of Senate Bill 192, also known as the heroin bill. It received quite a bit of attention when it was signed into legislation in late March. And the Franklin County Sheriff's Office says they're taking this new law serious.
My guys are buying heroin about every day here in Franklin County.
Franklin County Detective Sergeant Shane Weber says the Sheriff's Office has been on board tackling the heroin problem ever since the epidemic hit. But the problem doesn't appear to be going away anytime soon.
Especially the overdoses. We've seen more overdoses.
So Sergeant Weber says they'll use the new bill passed into law to their advantage, such as when they arrested 2 people Friday after finding 17 grams of heroin inside one of the suspects' purse.
In this case, the suspects admitted that they had driven to Cincinnati, Ohio, and brought it back into Kentucky.
Under the new law, importing heroin into Kentucky with intent to distribute or sell is a crime punishable by up to 10 years in prison. Those convicted of selling between 2 grams and 100 grams of heroin will not be eligible for parole before serving at least half of their 5 to 10 year sentences. Those caught selling even more would face sentences of up to 20 years.
It helps us out on penalties wise. The more we use this new charge, and I think it's possible that I haven't heard of anyone else using this charge other than us. Hopefully, it'll send a message out to other drug dealers going in and out of different states and bringing it back in.
Now, the importing heroin charge is a Class B felony, which means it falls into the second most serious felony case. At the live desk, Monique Blair, WKYT.
And that law also allows clean needle exchange programs at health departments. Fayette County launched one earlier this month. A mechanical problem forcing a plane to make an unscheduled return to Lexington tonight. ExpressJet leaders say that Flight 2693 had just taken off for Dallas when pilots noticed a possible issue with the plane's landing gear. The pilots declared an emergency and decided to go back to Lexington. ExpressJet leaders say the plane landed safely at Bluegrass Airport a short time later. They say passengers are being booked onto some other flights. The stage is set for the first televised debate in the Kentucky governor's race. WKYT, the Herald Leader, and our Louisville partners behind the Bluegrass Poll are sponsoring Tuesday night's debate at Bellarmine University. For an hour, Republican Matt Bevin, Democrat Jack Conway, and Independent Drew Curtis will answer questions on key issues. You can also submit questions on Twitter using the hashtag BluegrassDebate. WKYT's live coverage will air from 7 to 8 on the CW Lexington and will be streamed on WKYT.com. Tonight, a surging wildfire in Northern California is now becoming one of the most destructive in the state's history. In just 2 days, this massive fire north of San Francisco has killed one person, destroyed 400 homes, and burned more than 61,000 acres. 19,000 people have been forced to evacuate. Many of them say they had to drive through the flames to get out.
Neighbors' houses, friends' houses, everybody's houses are burning up. It's awful.
Firefighters say the fire is burning up to 2,000 acres an hour. 1,200 firefighters have been called in to battle it. New tonight, police now believe a man accused of killing a university professor in Mississippi also killed a woman he lived with hundreds of miles away. Police are still looking for 45-year-old Shannon Lamb. They say this morning he shot history professor Ethan Schmidt on the Delta State University campus. After that shooting, they say they found Amy Prentice dead in a home near the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Police say that they have spoken to Lamb, who told them he was, quote, not going to jail. Police wouldn't say when or how they talked to him. A man has died after Lexington police say he shot his wife and then himself. It happened this morning in a home on Tulane Drive near Wilson Downing. Investigators say a home health nurse was there at the time and got help. They say that 74-year-old Millard West's wife survived, but they found him dead in the home. Neighbors say the couple had been dealing with some health issues. New tonight, police need your help tracking down a driver they say hit an elderly woman with his truck in a Walmart parking lot. It happened Saturday afternoon outside the Harlan Walmart. Police say an 81-year-old woman was pushing a cart through the parking lot when the truck hit the cart, knocking her to the ground. And they say the driver didn't stop.
I was very shocked that someone would leave an elderly female and would leave her in that type of shade, especially not knowing what her injuries could be at that time.
Police say the woman was taken to the hospital to be treated for a head injury, but she's expected to be okay. Police say they're looking for a man who was driving a silver Dodge Dakota extended cab. In Richmond, police arrested a man they say hit his wife with a truck. Richmond police charged 28-year-old Justin Pruitt with assault and alcohol intoxication. They say that he and his wife got into an argument. Police say that Pruitt tried to leave in a truck, but his wife stood in front of it to keep him from leaving. But they say Pruitt drove forward, hitting his wife's leg. Police say that she suffered a broken ankle and some bruises. Emotions boiled over at a barbecue festival. Police say a man threw a piece of hot brisket during an argument, injuring a woman. Danville police charged 42-year-old Mike Owings with wanton endangerment. They say that yesterday, 2 barbecue pitmasters got into an argument over how long someone was hogging the grill they were sharing. Police say that at one point, Owings, who works for one pitmaster, threw a hot brisket in the direction of the other barbecue company, hitting a woman.
I'm guessing it was probably smoking. I mean, it was coming off the grill. Nobody actually described to us, as far as exactly what it looked like, and it was gone by. They had picked it up and discarded it by the time that we had gotten there.
Police say the woman had burns to her neck, back, and shoulder. An EMS crew treated her at the scene. Police think that the brisket was about 200 degrees.